Hello beautiful people, welcome to my vlog. Today has started a bit bad, even quite annoying, and then ended up in a really surprising cool way. I am currently at the Jeonju Film Festival in Jeonju, South Korea. Last year I wanted to come here, but I was studying all the time and I had no time to come to the film festival. This year I completely forgot about it until someone reminded me about it while I was at the Busan Short International Film Festival. And I was like, oh right, yes, right, I wanted to go last year. This year I had time, so I came, got my industry badge, waited for them to approve it. Once they approve it, I went to grab it. It costs more when you pay on the site. I wanted to book films. You get with your industry badge 4 tickets per day. With a badge you can only book tickets for the same day or for tomorrow, like for the day after. So I tried for some of the films that were for tomorrow. Out of 12 films that I want to see tomorrow, they were only able to find 1 ticket. And I'm like, how is that possible? And then I realized that it's not that they don't have any more tickets, it's that they limit the amount of tickets that badge holders can get. Let's say there are, just to make it an even number, there are 100 seats in the cinema. Usually there are more, but let's say there are 100 seats in the cinema, so only like 30 of them could be for badge holders and the rest of them will be for people that pay. How did I realize that? Because they told me, oh, you can have a seat, but you will need to pay. So I paid for my badge and then I was asked to pay extra for a ticket. And I'm like, no. I learned very well from the Busan International Film Festival, not the short internet, but the actual big film festival that was in October. Every time they told me, yeah, no more seats, but every time when I went, so many seats were empty. I don't know if people book it and they just don't arrive or what's the deal there, but there's always seats. And I got already really angry because there are not really events as well that are outside of the normal streams and the normal films that it's specifically for industry people. I mean, there's an area that is for press and for industry people, which I wanted to sit also there. I wanted to sit just in a table with a chair, that the table is not like that I don't need to bend for the table. And then they told me that I can't because that's an area for the press, but there was not even one person there, not even one. Okay, I moved to the area that it's for the industry people, found other films, again, no tickets. I was quite annoyed, to be honest. Found one talk that I was able to go to, and in that talk there was literally 2 people from a couple of film festivals that just promoted their film festival. That's it. One of them was actually a bit more useful because their film festival also have a funding for people that want to create films, so you can apply for their funding if you're filming in that city, in that country. Like if it's a festival in Taiwan, so for people that want funding, which a lot of filmmakers want, that's beneficial. But to just promote your film festival, I mean, everyone has film freeway if you're in the industry. So it was not really beneficial. And then I looked at the other talks, and a lot of the other talks were, I don't know, if you're new in the industry, it's probably useful for you. If you just a fan and interested about the industry, it's probably useful for you. But as a person that is actually from the industry and work for quite a few years in it, the talks of how to find the empathy as an actor, I mean, I didn't find any events that are specifically for people that have been in the industry for a long time. One of the screenings that I was really intrigued about, because there was a talk with the 감독님, with Korean, with the director. I didn't really know the names of the films, but I looked at them and they looked interesting. I didn't even look who the director is. I just found quickly, okay, there's a talk, the films look good, and I put it in my head that I want to go there. I decided, based on the Busan International Film Festival, to just go there. Even when I went to the office, none of them bothered to tell me that there's an area, that there's a specific area to wait if you're a badge holder. And then if there are empty seats, then if you're a badge holder, you can go 10 minutes after if people that have those seats or bought those tickets did not come. Not even one person. I'm coming again and again and again to the office, and not even one told me that. I decided by myself, based on what I've seen at the Busan International Film Festival, to try that. Actually, I've seen it also at Sundance Festival, but Sundance Festival, they're actually quite good with being aware of their empty seats and or people canceling and giving free, like the tickets for free or for really cheap, just last minute, for free for badge holders. When I went there, I've seen the sign, and there's a specific sign that if you're a badge holder, you can wait there. Why did no one bother to tell me that? And that's what got me annoyed, because it's people like this, just telling you, yes, sorry, not even trying to find solutions for you, not even trying to help you. And apparently they could have helped me if they could just have told me, well, if you wait, there's an area that if you're a badge holder, you might be able to go inside if no one actually claims their seat 10 minutes after the film started or after the talk started. Luckily, I decided to go and I went there. There was a cool thing that when I went to wait, suddenly came a cinematographer that, why am I always having problem with this word in all languages? A cinematographer that I met at the Busan International Film Festival. The same one that I said in my previous vlog that gave me the drink. Because he saw me crying sitting next to him. So suddenly he appears. He is also a badge holder. One of the films that he's a cinematographer in is also in the competition. So I didn't get a ticket to that. It was actually on my list. I didn't get a ticket to that, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to get a ticket for that one. Such a small world. We were waiting and we went inside, and like we were lucky and 2 seats were available. There was a woman behind me, and I think she didn't go inside, or at least I didn't see her coming inside unless they brought her from a different door, but we were lucky and there were 2 seats. Both of the films were good and I really enjoyed them. That kind of films are the reason that I love Korean movies. One of them was called, wait, I'm gonna find the names. This is so humiliating. I'm so bad at remembering names of films. Night Fishing and Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. All it says here is plus J special class. It doesn't say the name of the director, and I didn't look at the name of the director. I just looked at the name of the films, looked them online, they looked interesting, so I went. For those of you that actually know these films, you know what's coming up. Maybe you know what's coming up. When I've seen A Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, I thought to myself, oh, that's quite a similar style to Old Boy. It might be even better than Old Boy. A bit of a background story. I watched Old Boy for the first time about 16 years ago, pretty much when I just moved to England, I think it was, or right before I moved to England. That made me fall in love with Korean films and watch more and more and more of them. One of the reasons that I came to Korea to learn Korean is because I want to work with Korean directors, because I think a lot of Korean, especially the films, not the K-dramas as well, but definitely the films, they are very much in your face. There's very little subtlety about things, other than, I don't know, maybe love and you know, things around love. I'm not gonna say it in case that's not okay to say it in case my video will be blocked because of that word. Other than that, most of the things, it's very not subtle, especially the action ones, especially the vengeance things. You can see very much how class differences are quite bad in Korea just watching these films. I watched Oldboy and it was so raw, and I'm like, I started watching more and more Korean things. Before the talk started, I looked Oldboy and I looked at the director, and then I looked at the list of films on IMDb, and indeed both of these films are from the same creators. They come into the cinema and sit, well, the free seats were like on the third or fourth row, so we are quite at the front. And I have one of my favorite directors literally sitting in front of me. And I was not expecting this. I literally got into Korean films thanks to a film of these people. And they're there in front of me, talking about creating films and about the industry and advice of how to make films and their experience in that. And I was, it was a dream come true, and I'm grateful. And definitely after annoyance, and despite annoyance, actually despite annoyance, because I could easily just decide that I'm tired and giving up and just go back to the hotel. I even sent an email to like cancel my hotel, because I thought to myself, if this is gonna be all the reason, like I came to the film festival, I cannot watch any films, there aren't any talks for people from the industry, why am I here? I should just, instead of that, I decided not to give up, and I just thought, okay, I will wait. Maybe I will be lucky, maybe. And I was indeed very lucky, and patience was worth it. It was so worth it. I really hope he's gonna upload it to YouTube, and then I want to watch that talk again, because I understood most of it, but some of the terms or some of the words, either I don't know, or some words it takes me a while to remember. So then I'm thinking of a word, and then by the time that I remember the word, they're already in the next sentence. So most of it I understood, but I really hope he's gonna upload it to YouTube so I can do a CC and watch it with caption. Yeah, my day eventually ended well, and that's my plan tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up early, so I will try to book the films that I wanted for the day after, like for the 5th. After that, I'm gonna go to the film festival, and even though I couldn't get tickets to those films, I will try. I will just stand there and wait and hope that just like I've seen before, people just maybe didn't show up, and then I can go and watch the films that I wanted to watch, and maybe some other talks. Yeah. So every day can turn around better. That's my bottom line of today. Yeah. See you next time.